In this week's show, the Mini Defender is going to its new owner. So we have the radio with batteries in it. Then we have tools and a charger, the booklet, safety advisory, don't forget about it, very important. Read it. Nobody really does, but anyway. And then we have the car. Yeah, it still works. So this is how it's going to work. These are my subscribers. I know there's not a lot of them. So I'm going to do this quite an easy, simple way. I'm going to shake this around and then I'm going to pick one. Maybe I should just grab like a handful. That's actually what I'm going to do. I'm just going to like grab a handful. Let me think about this. And then what do we do with a handful? Make it like exciting. Maybe we'll have a race. So I'm just going to take a random pick of any of these subscribers that are in this bucket. Then what we're going to do, we're going to take the names, put it onto the TRX4, send it around the RC crawler course, because there's a lot of factors that can slow you down, like loose rocks, flip overs, and that is all going to be manipulating the time. So I'm going to just grab a bag of drivers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers in this hand. I'm going to put the drivers onto the car one by one and send the TRX4 onto the course. So the competitors are Iruna Garcia, Alessandro Viseo. Then we got Honda 919er. Then we have Alejandro Puig, and we have Atom King. So let's send these 5 drivers out on the course. In case you guys are wondering why I'm not taking out the Defender, it's because I actually don't want this car to be scratched up going to the new owner. So it has to be brand spanking new out the box. Let's charge the batteries and get this competition rolling. Oh, you fucked that again, didn't you? Voltage, yeah, I understand that part, dude. So I have a freshly charged battery, guys, and let's get this competition on the road. And first runner up, we have Iruna. Let's see how she goes on the downhill, taking it nice and easy, not too fast, steady as she goes, coming to the first obstacle, keeping it calm and slow. That's not good for her time though. Oh, going on the side. Let's see if she can get out of this one. The bonnet seems to be stuck, ladies and gentlemen, but she bumps her way through and makes it over the obstacle. Oh, almost falling over, but containing balance. Very well done. Coming through to the side here. Oh, she's almost tipping over on this one. But slowly but surely she makes it past that obstacle. Coming up to the first steep part of the course. This is also a tire grabber and it points you in the wrong direction quite often. But she seems to do a 3-4 point turn, gets through that. And now we're coming to the most difficult part. The camera does not do justice how steep this obstacle is, but on the car you can actually see that it always bounces off the nose. Whoop, and she manages just to pull back a little bit just in time to stay on all 4 wheels. And let's see how she tries. She's getting hooked up on the back. Oh, and she flips over on her side. So putting her back onto her wheels, let's see if she can make this obstacle this time. This is very steep, ladies and gentlemen, but let's see if a slow crawl will get her out of this one. Trying to point the car in the right direction. Getting the angle correct is very, very important on this obstacle. But she seems to just not have enough weight on that nose to keep it down. Oh, now she's pointing in the wrong direction, tries again, but it's just not helping. Now she just needs to take it easy, always balancing that car so well. Almost flipping over every time, but just managing to hit the reverse just enough to keep the car balanced. Now going up, will she make it? That front tire first always takes over and she loses balance again. So coming with a slow crawl, she does not seem to have the right angle to do this obstacle. You need to try and take it as straight and as flat as possible, because the nose just always goes too high and then you do a roll over or you flip over onto your back. Now she seems to have got enough grip, yes, and she made it. Now she needs to just get past that rock with the left front tire, and it's a 2.2 point turn, and she made it. Coming down, just dropping the right front tire onto that rock. Has to get past that tree. The sand is very loose, but this is still very steep. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, and here she goes. Oh, stuck on the axle, and she's almost past it. Come, and that's it. And next runner-up is Alessandro Viseo, taking his time here, positioning the camera a little bit and getting ready for the start. And off he goes, taking it very easy on the downhill. Don't want to do a roll over in case he wastes time on getting back onto his four wheels. Now getting stuck in the first obstacle a bit. But he makes it through, but catching his left rear tire, facing the wrong direction now, has to take the long way around. But that doesn't matter, making it through, coming up to the first steep obstacle. Well, actually it still has to go through a couple of gnarly rocks that are loose that can get hooked up on the chassis, making him slow down and losing time. Now making it up to the first obstacle, maybe pointing a bit too far to the left, but he contains it, comes back and faces the right direction. Ooh, gets stuck on the nose there a little bit, wastes a bit of time on that as well, and runs up on that big gnarly rock and cannot steer through there. Reversing, trying to reverse, getting hooked again, and this time makes it, trying to get that position correct to face up to this gnarly obstacle. And he made it quite well. Oh, but he slipped off to the side. Now he needs to just do a slight reverse. Oh, and he manages not to flip over. Trying it again, very slow, doing a slow crawl. Got a couple of loose rocks in the front left tire there, but he makes it. Now he just needs to get his left tire past that rock so that he doesn't flip the car. It has to do a few point turns and runs past that quite easily. Oh, but he loses it. He comes too far off the big rock. He needs to place that right front tire onto the rock to make it past the obstacle. He goes a little bit high on that rock as well. Coming through, ooh, almost flips, but he couldn't contain that and goes all the way down again, ladies and gentlemen. Now he just needs to concentrate on this climb. Looks like he is in the right position for that. Oh, losing a bit of balance there, has to go back, but the car's balanced quite well. Every time it goes up, just touching the reverse is actually helping him to get back on all fours. Looks like he's a little bit far to the left of the back wheels, but he's finding grip and manages to go through. Now all he needs to do is get past that rock, keep it on the left, putting the right front tire on that other rock, go past that little tree, very well done, and almost across the line. Let's see if he finds grip. Oh, the rear axle is hooking him up, but he's across the line. Alejandro Puig is the next runner-up, positioning the camera, and 1, 2, 3, off he goes. Slowly but surely down the hill. Oh, but he loses it, tumbles all the way to the bottom, lands on the back, tires in the air, and he has no way of getting out of that. So this is a repo for him. Repos do not count in this race. It is just a matter of using his own time on this. So, back on all the fours, slowly going to the Denali rocks. These rocks always move, always get caught up underneath the axle, slowing you down. That's kind of the meaning of this. And he's back on his side. So let's put him back on his wheels and carry on to the first steep obstacle, which always makes you go in the wrong direction. That gap in the rock actually always catches the tires and You have a surprise on your hands every time you pass that. Now coming through, he's actually quite fast on this section. Manages to go through that big loose rock, but he's facing the wrong direction. Has to reverse and point the car straight up, which he's just done. Wonderful, but he just went off to the side a little bit too far and loses balance and tumbles all the way down again. Now let's see if he can try to redeem himself on this one. Yes, he's taking it easy. Slow crawl is always best on a steep climb. And he has to do a few point turn to get his left front tire past that rock. Not too far so that he can drop the right front tire on the next ditch. Does it, has to get past the little tree. Oh, but he slips down because the camera just does not do justice to how steep this hill is, ladies and gentlemen. But he's making it. Oh, sliding a little bit far to the side. Slowly does it, easy does it, keep the slow crawl and across the line. No, he didn't make that, but this time, come on, yes, and across the line. Atom King is the next runner-up, positioning the camera a little bit so that we can get a full time on this race without interruptions. And 1, 2, 3, go. Taking it easy, doesn't want to do a roll over, and contains it. Comes down the first obstacle. He looks like he got caught in the left front tire, has to go the long way around, loses a lot of time on this one. Coming through the loose, gnarly rocks. Gets hooked up, going a little bit, carries on, manages to find a smoother path, and coming to the first steep obstacle. Let's see if he gets stuck on this one. Got a bit of wheel spin and makes it through. Now coming through to the gnarly steep bit. Let's see how he does that. Gets hooked up on that big loose rock as well with the right front tire. But he's positioning the car quite well. Does he find grip? No, loses his balance but manages to catch it. Does he find grip on his second attempt? Yes, he does. Now coming through to that rock, he needs to pass with the left front tire and drops his right front tire into the ditch. Very nicely done. Gets hooked up on that little tree and makes it through, and wow, across the line. Next runner up is Honda 919er, positioning the camera again so that we get an uninterrupted run on the camera, ladies and gentlemen, and off he goes. Slowly but surely, trying not to flip his car, does that very well. Comes to the first obstacle. Gets stuck with the front tire a little bit, but slowly makes it through. Passes the obstacle. Let's see if he flips over. No, very nicely done. Finds the smoother section as well, going over the loose rocks now, and attempting the first climb. There we go, coming through very easily, but goes a little bit too far left. Has to come over a little bit to the right. Does a 2-point turn. Gets hooked up on the nose, can't get past that, has to reverse and positions himself for the climb. Goes too far, loses balance, but just with a touch of reverse, manages to get back on all fours. Second attempt, very nicely done. Gets hooked up, goes too high, slowly has to reverse again. He needs to be careful here. He is really on the verge of falling all the way down again. Let's see if he can make it back. Yes, he can. But he's completely wrong. He's pointing in the complete wrong direction. Let's see if he can find grip. No, and off he goes. So reposition for him. Put him back on all fours and try that again. Let's see how his third attempt is on the steep climb. Looks like he's a little bit far to the right there. Needs to position himself on the left to find a little bit more grip. Almost losing balance. A little bit too high there, needs to go over to the left. There we go, that's the position he needs to be. Now a 2-point turn to get past that rock, perfect. Dropping the right front tire, coming past the little tree, very nicely done. And come on, the last obstacle, he gets hooked up on the right front and he starts making it across the line. That was hectic driving in the sun, ladies and gentlemen. I am completely beat, sweating in the sun like crazy. And just for your information, I set the car up again for hill climbing so that it can do that steep section, because that is really gnarly. And as you saw in the video, if you do one little mistake, a little bit too far to the right, a little bit too far to the left, the car just flips over and you've got no chance. Let's take the TRX 4 out of the picture for a second and concentrate on the prize. So the Outback Mini Defender goes out to Atom King, who was the winner of this week's race. Congratulations, Atom. I hope you have fun with it. Let us know in the comments and keep watching what I've got in store for you for the next prize. So that's it from me this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, click a notification bell, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.